Alright, so this is going to be an owner review video. So we've had this car about 2 weeks now, so I've drove it enough to come up with the 5 things I love about this car. It's going to be more than 5. But we got the 2023 Honda Accord Touring Hybrid. So this car is top of the line, has every option, and this paint, pearlescent paint, which you can see in the sun, is pretty gangster. And I really didn't want it in white. Me and my wife didn't either, but it was what was on the dealership, and I didn't want to wait. I guess some people are having trouble ordering these. So this car comes with 19-inch wheels. They're 235/40 19s, and that's not one of the things I like. But this car is a hybrid, so it's got a 2-liter hybrid. It's got an eCVT, which is not a normal CVT transmission, as I keep telling people, but they just don't understand. You got to watch other videos on YouTube to figure it out. But this right here is the heart of this car, and it's a gem. You know, the car runs on all battery mode, and it's just so smooth, and it's amazing. Going from a 2014 Honda Accord to this was basically just a night and day thing. I mean, it was such a joy. I mean, I can't even say anything else about it. But that's number 1. So number two is the all LED lights. Some of the ones didn't have LED lights. I test drove a Sport, which we'll get into. But I test drove a Sport, and it didn't have, it said some LED, some incandescent. This one's all LED. So even the tail lights, thought it'd be a good day to show everything off. It's kind of dirty. It rained last night, but LED tail lights. Now, one of the other things I really like about this car is the ride. The ride of this car is amazing. It is an amazingly smooth riding car. I test drove, well, wait for it to stop beeping. I test drove a Sport with 19-inch wheels also. And that car, what do we hit now? I don't even know. Okay. So that car had 19-inch wheels, but it had more of a sport tuned suspension, and it was very rough riding, very harsh riding. It wasn't very comfortable. I drove it around the parking lot for a little bit at Motor World in Wilkes-Barre, and just driving it around, I could tell the rougher riding. Our 2014 Accord had 147,000 miles on it, and it rode smoother than one of the new sport model Accords. And that had factory suspension on it with all those miles and wheel bearings and everything, and it was a quieter, smoother ride. And the guy told me that it comes with a sport tuned suspension, which I did not like. It was for a new car to drive something like that and have that harsh of a ride. I mean, it just didn't seem where I wanted to put my money. You know, this car was, I guess, $3 or $4 grand more, and I'm so happy that I went with this car. So number 3 is the interior. So this car has probably one of the nicest interiors that Honda has done yet. Even of the new 2022 Civic. I test drove one of those, and that was nice. But this just seems more nicely put together. You know, everything is more solid. You get more upgraded materials and things, and it's just all around better package. I mean, this one has heated rear seats, I believe. Has cooled seats. These are the cooled seats. So it's got heated and cooled seats. I mean, this infotainment system is just insane. Yeah, it's not the Teslas with the giant screen, but I didn't want that. And the heating system is right here, and you have some hard buttons, so you don't have to worry about really doing that. And my wife filled it up the other day, so it says we have 400 and, I don't know if you could see that, 453 miles of range, which every Saturday, so this would be today's Saturday, so, no, today's Sunday. Yesterday she filled it up. So she's gone through, she's filled it up twice already. The first time, it had a little under half a tank. It took 22 gallons, or $22 worth. And the last time it took 23. So the past 2 weeks, she hasn't even put it was like $45 in the car for fuel, and she's been driving it all over the place. It now has 510 miles, so I mean, it's still working out some of the, break-in mileage and something, but I'm going to take this on a hyper-miling. I have to go out to Ohio in the upcoming, like, probably 3 weeks from now, so we're going to see what mileage we could get. Now, obviously, being a hybrid, it doesn't get as high a mileage in the highways as it does city, but we will see what it gets. Let's just put it at that. So number 4 thing is the mileage. When you're driving this car, you can go pretty far on all electric mode. Down here, there's a button, you can go all electric. But if you put it in the driver select mode, that's econ mode. We've been leaving it in econ mode, and we can drive. My wife drives to work, and you hear the engine's running right now because it's trying to warm up. But once the engine reaches a warm temperature, it shuts off. And you could drive this if you're really gingerly. You could drive this, and it could go on all electric mode. So my wife drove to work 12 miles on all electric mode, basically for free. Just what the engine had to charge up the battery. But as you see, the battery gauge is full. And the gas gauge is full. So this number goes up wildly, and this shows you your current mileage. This is the power flow screen. So that's number 4. All right. Now we get to number 5. All right. I didn't really think this video out through too much. But number 5 has just got to be the overall build quality of the car. Coming from, yeah, I know I have the key in my pocket. Coming from a 14 to this, just the overall solid feel and the overall quality of the vehicle, like how everything feels and that you touch, and just the way it rides, the way it accelerates and everything. It's so smooth, it's so linear, and it just makes it feel special. I know people aren't going to think, oh, how can a Honda Accord be special? They did a lot to this car. They made it more rigid, they made it more safe. They went out of their way to make this car better than the last generation. Now, I only drove the last generation. I drove a 2020, and I was thinking about getting one. I wanted the 2.0 turbo, the fast one, but I for what I was going to pay, I could have got a little bit more and got one of these, and I'm glad I did. This car was $39,000. I could have easily spent $30,000 on a good low mileage, 2022 or 2021. But yeah, it's just it was a good purchase, and I'm glad that I did it. I wouldn't change anything. I mean, my payments are kind of high, but for a brand new car that I never have to worry about again, I mean, it comes with free maintenance. It has everything that I would want. So I'm going to put this video out, and I hope everybody likes it. Oh, one of the other things is we got these things on here. This with the black trim. See, that's an option. Forgot to add that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and we're going to start putting some mileage ones on here and stuff too. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'm going to have more stuff, so remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I usually do scrap metal videos. I know the junk guy buys a $40,000 car. Oh, look how I'm dressed. Dirty sweatshirt on and everything. Must be doing something right. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.